Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance. We are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play. Another run here with Dobbins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. The Ravens at 6-5 now on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here. And it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking to go 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You know, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. This defense for the Broncos, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it's Jackson. Touchdown! Odell Beckham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 19-yard line. Now it's Wilson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. All the talk when Russell Wilson came into the league about his height, you know, those big defensive linemen, can he get the ball over him? But you get him outside the pocket like that, doesn't really matter.
No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people dinged him for that and said, how's he going to see over NFL linemen? He never did, right? At whatever level, he saw through them and found pockets and windows to throw the football. But as you noted, when he's outside the pocket and his vision is totally clear, oh, look out, because he's going to find someone downfield, as we just saw there.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. The 71 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have moved out in front. Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And
it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A first carry now. This is Williams. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Adafe Owe. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the That's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Jackson's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Dobbins once more. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Dobbins, touchdown, Baltimore. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Wilson. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Wilson to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Albert O, 33 yards. And the Broncos are back within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point from McManus is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. Now Jackson. This is caught by Robinson. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's the gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 36. On the option right is Jackson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way.
With Dobbins. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. 99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Hey! Yeah.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Demarcus Robinson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds.
Hey, 0. There. 14.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the... It's not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver, that's Tim Patrick. A gain there of 21 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On first down, Wilson. Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. To throw again is Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but third and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there just don't contribute to this game getting out of hand.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Powering forward. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 28. 160 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.